Alright everybody, welcome back to game number 2 between Foxer and FruitDealer, and my voice has taken quite a beating after casting that last game. I think I was yelling at the top of my lungs for quite some time, but it was such a good game. I was very happy to cast that. That was definitely a back and forth battle, and it really came down to, I was surprised that Foxer was able to take that game considering that it was on Shakura's Plateau, a relatively I would say Zerg favorite map. It's a very good Zerg map, especially versus Terran. But now it looks like FruitDealer has either chosen to play on Lost Temple or whatever tournament they're playing in has the map set as Lost Temple for game number 2. So I don't think this is quite the best map for ZVT if you're the Zerg player, of course. If you're a Terran player, then, well, I guess you have the game made for you. You have a special ledge set up just right here so you can siege down the natural expansion. So I think that this is going to favor our Terran player, aka Foxer here, the red Terran down at the 6 o'clock, just a little bit more. However, the spawn locations do seem to indicate that FruitDealer will have a small advantage because he'll be able to macro up just a little bit better with these cross spawns. So I'm excited to see how this game is going to play out. Is Foxer going to go open with an early aggressive play similar to the Makarax he did before, or is he going to maybe even pull off a bunch of SCVs and attack with early Marines? I don't think so, because he's got this Rax at a standard timing, he's got Gas at a standard timing. I don't think he's going to bust out his GSL ploys with an early massive Marine at massive SCV attack, even though it was really awesome to watch. I don't think that's going to be the case, and FruitDealer will be opening with that aggressive 14 hatchery. And when I say aggressive, I do mean economically aggressive, obviously not troop aggressive, because you can't attack with a hatchery. How cool would that be if they put tentacles on the hatchery just so they could attack, make it a planetary fortress for the Zerg? But alas, not the case. FruitDealer will be going 14 hatch, 14 pool, and Foxer only 1 barracks. Ooh, a second gas very early on. This obviously means a couple of different possibilities. We may see Foxer try to go for fast starport and go for maybe double port Banshee. He may even try to just go for early maybe early mech, early Hellion, early Thor. The possibilities are endless, but I do think we are going to see a 1-1-1 opening into a fast starport, and then we're going to see early Banshees. But the factory has been placed right at the front, so obviously FruitDealer will be able to scout this if he sends a Zergling in at some point in the game, and he will be able to see the factory. The question is, where will the starport be placed? And that's the question everyone's waiting for. Obviously, no tech lab, no reactor on this barracks, so the factory will not be producing Hellions or any kind of mech, because if there was an add-on on the barracks, then the factory and the barracks would swap off. But that's not going to be the case, so we are probably going to see a starport here. It looks like the SCV goes in, it sees the 14 hatchery, taking a look at the income. We can see FruitDealer just a slight edge ahead. The factory now complete, and we are going to see a double starport opening for Foxer. Foxer here is so aggressive. Player cam of Foxer, let's take a look. With 165 APM, he will be throwing down a tech lab on his factory, and it looks like here comes the scouting Zergling over to FruitDealer's player cam, and he sees the tech lab on the factory. He also sees a bunker back there. So all he knows right now is there could possibly be a mech opening for the Terran player, maybe Blue Flame Hellions. That's what he might be thinking, but I don't think he realizes that there are 2 starports in the back, and this is such a good positioning of the starports because any Overlord that comes in here will probably be picked off by a Marine early on, and it doesn't look like FruitDealer is going to scout with his Overlord. So wow, there's going to be a lot of Banshees coming out. Notice right now Foxer moving his Marines around the map just to pick off those scouting Overlords. That is going to be so key. But FruitDealer really doesn't have the best Overlord positioning right now. He only has 1 over the natural, so he has no idea this is coming. And it's going to be important to see his queen count right now. He has 3 queens, so he will be able to hold off against 2 Banshees. But if 4 or more come out, then FruitDealer could be in a lot of trouble. This could be very bad. Foxer right now, he's pumping out his dual Banshees. He is not getting Cloak, however. I guess he just doesn't want to waste money on getting Cloak. This is a very Baneling-proof wall, by the way. The bunker obviously taking a lot more Baneling damage than a supply depot can. And FruitDealer here could be, oh man, he's going for a Spire. I don't know if he's going to have enough in time to deal with the Banshees. Oh, it was not a double Banshee. It was actually an early dropship. Whoa, what is going on here? A dropship with 4 SCVs is coming out. I actually just assumed it was double Banshee opening, but could these SCVs be ferried over just to repair the Banshee? The Banshee runs into 3 queens, so Foxer now repelled. His Banshee, early Banshee is repelled. Looks like the SCVs will probably hop out just to repair the Banshee, and now the gig is up. Fruit Dealer knows that it is a Banshee opening. He doesn't know that it's double starport. He might think it's a single starport. So he's not actually producing more queens. He's actually comfortable with 4 queens right now, and he is going to get a Spore Crawler at each base. So I think, well, at least at the natural. So I think he will be fine. I don't know actually what Fruit Dealer is doing with this opening. He hasn't really made any use of this double starport opening. He hasn't done any economic damage. We can see Fruit Dealer's economy is just booming right now. 42 over 29 harvesters, but here comes Foxer with 3 Banshees. There's a lot of queens here. The SCVs need to get on repair pronto. It looks like the first Banshee will get picked off. No cloak for these Banshees means they are so susceptible, and a transfuse from Fruit Dealer to keep that queen alive. It looks like, what the heck is going on? That queen did not kill the Banshee, but eventually it does die. And 1 Banshee left. SCV's getting into the mix, but the Mutas now have popped out, and the Mutas should be able to clean this up very easily. And Fruit Dealer opens up this game with a huge lead. I would honestly say if Fruit Dealer doesn't win this game, it is going to be quite the upset, because Foxer's double port rush did not work out as expected. That was quite poor. Over to the player cam of Fruit Dealer right now as he's got Mutas flying around. This is the first person view of Fruit Dealer. He is going to be going into the base of Foxer. He sees 3 Banshees, but the 3 Banshees are gonna get picked off so easily without backup, without anti-air support. It looks like 1 missile turret trying to go up the bunker with 3 Marines unloading. The Marines have to hold off a huge flock of Mutas, and this is just not a good position for our Terran player. I think these Mutas will be able to clean up, and this is going to be GG for our Terran player. 3 Banshees coming out to try to do some kind of a counterattack, but they are going to encounter 5 Mutalisks that are coming out of the hatcheries, and even a contamination from the Overlord. Here comes the Mutas engaging the Banshees, and I think this will have to be a quick GG from the Terran player. Foxer opening up with an aggressive maneuver, but unfortunately didn't quite work out the way he wanted it to. And I'm just waiting now for the GG. I think the game has been done. 62 harvesters under 25. Now the SCVs starting to become casualties of these Mutalisks. And even a hatchery going up for the Zerg players. So this is going to end in a 1-1 scenario. And we are going to move on to game number 3 between these 2 epic players, Foxer versus Fruit Dealer. So excited to be casting this series. Cap GG coming out from the Foxer himself, the fake boxer. And we are going to move on to game number 3. So hopefully you guys stay tuned. Thanks a lot for for watching my videos, of course. And a sip of my favorite beverage. Cheers to everybody here on Thanksgiving evening, which is actually now Friday morning. So yeah, next video coming out soon. HD signing out.